Okay, so it is my pleasure to be here today to present to you the third in the series, background information about things fall apart. My name is Kappia, and I teach English 3 and 4 for sophomore. So our presentation today is geared towards giving us background information about the book we are going to read. From this presentation, you'll be able to identify areas where you can make connections. So, I have topics or categories that we are going to cover in this 1-hour lecture. We're going to talk about the historical context of the novel, pre-colonial Africa, the cultural elements in the Igbo tradition, family system, gender roles, bride price, religion and belief system, ceremonies and rituals, food, music, and dance in Africa. These are the topics. On each slide, we begin with one. So they are coming again as we go along. We start with the book, Things Fall Apart. We are not going to do an author's biography here for you. You are going to do a research and find out more about the author. But briefly, Chinua Achebe is the author, and he wrote several books, including this. One thing about the African name, you have to make effort to pronounce the name correctly. I don't want you to read, if you come across the name Ikemefuna, then, oh, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Whenever you come across it, or whatever will not let you remember the name of the character or the place in the text. Make an effort. Here is how you can approach that problem. You start by looking at the first letter of the name of the place, and then you add a second letter, whether you can make a sound. If not, the third letter will provide a sound or syllable. For the first name, Chinua. So they say Chinua Achebe. The Achebe, some people would have pronounced it as Achebe. It's not the CH. First you say A, and the CHE, Che, and the BE, Achebe. Chinua Achebe. So if you go home, they ask you what book are you reading? They say, we're reading Things Fall Apart by who? Very good. So Chinua Achebe was born in 1930, but died in 2013. He lived a long life, prosperous, and he was very successful in his career as a writer. We look at the first category or topic, historical context of the novel. The Industrial Revolution occurred in Europe, and then the manufacturing industries emerged, were created. And these manufacturing industries produced industrial goods. The industrial goods needed market to be sold. So, what the Europeans did, they sent explorers to Africa to explore Africa, to find out more about countries in Africa where they can come and sell their goods. That's how explorers came to Africa. The Portuguese, the Spanish, the Italians, the British, they all joined.
So sorry.
And even the Belgians, they all joined in sending out people to find out more about Africa, where they can come and sell their stuff. When they came to Africa with their industrial goods, they actually found a market. But besides the market, they found human labor in Africa. They needed human labor. Not in Africa, but to take them from Africa to the plantations here in America and South America. As a result, they sold fellow Africans as slaves. Who became slaves? People who were conquered during wars were sold as slaves. People who were indebted to members of the society who could not pay back, they were sold as slaves. People who went to court and could not pay fines were sold as slaves. And people were just there sold as slaves because maybe people didn't like it. We have prejudice everywhere, and in your court also during that time. Now some people were taken from their homes, from their farms, and sold as slaves to come and work on plantations in America. So that's how Africa came in contact with Europe, through trade. The Europeans also came as Christian missionaries to spread the word of God. Because they are trading with them, missionaries were sent to Africa to establish mission stations first, and then they established churches and then schools. I'm fortunate to have attended one of those mission station schools that were established in Africa. The missionaries were followed by the colonial masters. Now, first explorers came, second the traders, they came as traders, third they came as missionaries. Now, they came as colonial masters. They said, if we are interested in your land, if we are trading with you, we have mission stations here, we own that land. That is how Africa was divided among them. That led to the partition of Africa. When you do the world history about the scramble for Africa, the age of imperialism, that's what it is. So on the pre-reading activities in the Springboard book, these are the things you are going to go through. But let's talk about things fall apart itself. It takes place during this period we are talking about, British colonial. The British people were among those who colonized African countries, especially Nigeria, where it took part in the late 1880s to 1900. Now, the book, Things Fall Apart, deals with the life of the people of Nigeria, especially the Igbo ethnic group. We have them tribe, but the word tribe has a negative connotation within the African community. We prefer to use the word ethnic group. And there, somebody among the explorers that came to Africa, there was one that came. He was sent by the king of Belgium to go to Africa and see how they can see the place for them to come and trade with them also. Joseph Conrad wrote a book about Africa called The Heart of Darkness, in which he referred to the people he met as primitive tribes along the Congo River. And it was in reaction to that story that Chinua Achebe wrote Things Fall Apart. He said, well, we are not primitive tribes, we have our own civilization, as we will see soon. Map of Africa. Africa has 54 countries, not one country. 54 countries, 54 different presidents. Africa was divided. As you see, that division was done by the Europeans. Britain, France, Italy, Spain, Germany, Portugal, all of them, they divided Africa into their areas of influence. The British alone had 18 colonies in Africa, the largest, followed by France. Okay? But all of these countries are independent today. They got their freedom. And then West Africa. The book, Things Fall Apart, is based on customs and traditions of the people of West Africa. It is not only Nigeria. Whatever we read in that book, you go to Ghana, or you go to Sierra Leone, you go to Liberia, you find similar cultural traditions among the people, across cultures. Then we go to Nigeria itself. Nigeria is a vast country, and the story about the Igbo people, the Igbos, according to the map, are down south around the Niger Delta. In Things Fall Apart, we find the establishment of Christian mission station in Nigeria inland as a result of that area's closeness to the Atlantic Ocean and the river Niger going up the country. So that made transportation up the river easier. That's how Europe penetrated Africa. The Nigerian flag. So this graphic representation of Things Fall Apart is basically telling us about the land, the people, their customs and traditions and way of life, and where they live. That's a graphic representation of the text. And then we have this quotation. I read this quotation when I was in high school. When they arrived, we had the land, and they had the Bible. They told us to close our eyes. Then they had the land, and we had the Bible. Has something taken place already? Something taking place? What happened? Let us close our eyes and pray. And then we open our eyes. We had the Bible. They had the land. They refers to who? Who? The Europeans. The white man. In the textbook, they call them the white man. The British, the French, the Italians, the Portuguese, they call them the white man. That's how they took the land. This is from Jomo Kenyatta's book, Facing Mount Kenya. I read that book also when I was in high school, just as I read Things Fall Apart when I was in high school. So let's talk about pre-colonial Africa. When we say pre, what do we mean? Pre means what? Before. Before what? Before the white man set foot on Africa. Before the colonial rule. Before the established colonies in Africa. Let's talk about the political institutions. The continent was divided into kingdoms and empires, and they were ruled by warrior kings and chiefs or queens. If you read the history, world history, again you hear about the empires of Africa. You read about the Empire of Soga, the Empire of Ghana, the Ghana Empire, the Mali Empire. That's how the continent was divided into empires and kingdoms. So they had their own boundaries. Education. Training through parental influence. If your father is a farmer, you grow up to be a farmer. Apprenticeship. If there's somebody established as a carpenter in the town, and your father wants you to become a carpenter, Your father is going to take you and live with that carpenter, stay with him, work for him, learn how to do the work until you master it before you become your own boss. Through apprenticeship. And then through bush schools. Bush schools here refer to secret societies, where young men will go and will train you how to do hunting, how to make farm, how to be a head of a household and everything. And if you're a woman, a young woman, they will train you how to take care of your husband, children, and family at home and live in society. Trade and commerce. Before the white man came, trade was going on in Africa. And the trade, the exchange through the barter system. That was the first form of trading. And then, when they introduced the cowrie shells, I have the cowrie shells here. This was a form of currency in Africa. You can only find this at the bottom, deep bottom of the ocean, and they were never in large quantity or supply. So they adopted the cowrie shell as money. That was the currency. But whenever you buy and sell, you pay tax on whatever you do. In things fall apart, we have trade and commerce. And this was based on a weekly meeting. Once a week, there's going to be a trade, a market day today in this town. All the neighboring towns and villages will bring their stuff to sell. And then next week, they go to another area, another town. That's how trading was done. Law and order. Each kingdom, empire, or chiefdom had a village army, the police. Just as how we have the army and the police today to keep law and order, they also had that. And those people are responsible to wage wars and conquer more territories for their kingdoms. They had a court system. They had community service. Community service was for everybody. If they say they are going to make a road from here to Oakland, all able men will be required to be their hands on to do the job. And then the women will provide food, drinks, and stuff like that while the work is going on. That's what they call community service, everybody involved. The Igbo people, just where they live in Nigeria. So let's talk about culture and identity. These are the elements in the Igbo tradition. Just like your home, within the Unit 1, the home here in America, and the home in the Hispanic community. In Unit 2, we read about the home in America and the home in Asia, the Asian community, in Springport, Unit 2. Unit 3, we are looking now at the home in Africa. What are their traditions, the symbols, the rituals, the historic sites and events, their own perspectives, their life experiences, family history, the archetype heroes that run across communities and centuries, sports and entertainment, hobbies, beliefs and values, arts and architecture. In chapters 1, 2, and 3, you are going to come across sports. They have own Super Bowl, just as how you have today. They have their own Super Bowl, which was an annual event. And all the villages will gather, and then they will enjoy the sports. I'm not going to tell you, you will find that from the book. And then the art. Here I have part of the African symbol of authority. This is a king, but this king is not an ordinary king. It has supernatural powers. And when somebody becomes a king or chief or emperor, they give this to you as a symbol of authority. So you do not find it in the hands of everybody walking around. So usually, this king has this supernatural power to protect the chief, to protect the king, or to protect the emperor, whoever is holding it. As a result, it is held in a way that it cannot just be touched by anybody. If you do, sometimes they tell you, you get paralyzed or you become blind. And if they hit you with this, if you are a woman, you will never conceive. Okay? And this is still in existence today in Africa, in the villages. This is part of their. And then they made their goat skin bags. What we have today, all these styles are coming, the Africans made it first. Made out of the skin of the goat. They call it a goat skin bag. This is where they put all their essentials when they are going out on an event. What I'm wearing, the clothing, is a typical Nigerian style. Yesterday I had on the full regalia, and today I'm just wearing, just like a ceremonial, you are going for an important occasion, you wear this. Language, storytelling, and proverbs. They teach the young ones through stories, proverbs, and parables. At the end of the day, we gather around, and then the elders will tell us stories. And those stories sometimes contain proverbs or parables. They teach us about life. They teach us about respect. They teach us about hard work. And they expose people who are dishonest in society. And most of the stories are about animals. If things fall apart, almost every chapter there is a story, there is a parable, or there is a proverb. So as you read, you will be able to make the connection. Cultural, ethnic, nationality, and religion. All, like anybody else, these are all part of the cultural institutions of the Igbo people of Nigeria as it is practiced in the rest of West Africa. Umuefia is a village scene where the story takes place. These are pictures just to show us how the people live there. Gathering, when they are having a meeting, they all gather together and they all meet to discuss important issues pertaining to their community, to their village, to their chiefdom, to their kingdom. That's a village square. It's around their meeting area. Let's talk about the family system as the next category. The husband is the head of the household. And polygamy, the husband is allowed to marry several wives. Okay. Let's break that down. The husband is a farmer. Farming is the main occupation in Africa. And farming requires lots of manpower, manual labor. So if the man is alone, he will not be a successful farmer. And when he has one wife with 2 children, and then the one wife will say, oh, we have lots of work, I need a mate. And then they will go and pay bride price for a second wife, and the third wife, the 4th one, the 5th, and so on. It didn't occur in vacuum. Before the Christians came to Africa, most of them were Muslims. And the Muslim law allows the people to marry up to 4 wives, provided you treat them equally. So, with The main character in the story, having several wives and several children, they all work on the farm, and that will make you a successful farmer. In Africa, during the pre-colonial days, the wealth of Africa, of the man, was measured by not the amount of money you have on the bank, because there was no bank, but the number of people living with you. You are responsible for. That's how the wealth of the man was measured. So if you live, you don't have even a dog or a fly by you, they will not respect you. And people saw that as a way, maybe peer pressure, maybe a style, but that's how it was. Extended family includes the mother, the father, the children, the grandparents, the aunties, the uncles, the nephews, the nieces, and the cousins. In America, we have the nuclear family, husband, wife, and children. Nothing less. But here, you are responsible for all of them in your household. You as the head of that. And people speak their language as their identity. And the family values, they pass on to the children all the time. It's hard work, respect, and honesty. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you have to say, good morning, to everybody in the house. If you don't do that, you get in trouble. About honesty, they set traps on the farms. If you go and meet a trap that has caught a deer, and then you take that deer and run away with it, you think nobody is seeing you, yes, they will see you. Yes, they will find out. They will teach you honesty, not to do that, not to take people's property, in other words, because everybody knows everybody. The Obi, that's the living quarters of the head of the family. The people and their faces around them. Let's talk about gender roles. Man is expected to provide food and shelter because he's the head of the household. That is a responsibility of a man anywhere, whether it is in Africa or in America or in Asia. I can simply say that man is there to provide food and shelter for your family. And he rules over the clan. The clan now here refers to extended family. If your family, you have about 20 in the family, and then another member will branch off and establish another area and another area, they all come together to form that one clan. Okay? He gains titles. No, he takes several wives because of the work that they do. And titles are like honors that they bestow upon them. They don't celebrate lazy people in Africa. They celebrate hard-working people by bestowing upon them honors and titles. Maybe somebody is a very successful farmer, somebody is a very good hunter, somebody has exceptionally done in one particular area. During the celebrations, they bestow these honors on them. That's the title. And then, the unfortunate part, some people don't like to hear, I have to say it, the men beat their wives and their children. If you disobey, they have their own rules and regulations at home. The men beat their wives and children. And here, this is in the text. And there's going to be a trial, a hearing about a man beating his wife and what happens after that. And sometimes when a man beats the wife runs to her family. And if the man is interested, he will come back to talk to the family. Or sometimes the mate, the other wife, will go and beg for the mother to come back home because children are involved. Divorce is something that is very, very, very unheard of, uncommon in Africa. they will always say, for the sake of the children, go back. So, I'm not going to give this away, but we are going to come across in that text about men who beat their wives and what are the consequences. And then the patriarchy and the matriarchy. The patriarch is the father, the head, the family in Africa, the father line. Your father is what you fight for. You don't fight for your motherland or your mother's side. And that's why you carry your father's name. The same thing with the mother. In the mother house, no husband. Then of course, the children consider her to be the head of the household. But the woman is expected to take care of children, cook for the husband, clean and take care of the home, obedient to the husband. That is a role, gender role, well defined in the African tradition. It is not only in Nigeria, mostly across Africa.